On this episode of John Marucci on the Road, we'll review Lakepoint State Park in Eufaula, Alabama, about 90 miles southeast of Montgomery, Alabama on the Alabama-Georgia state line. The park is about 80 miles north of the Florida state line and sits on the massive Lake Eufaula, known as the bass capital of the world. The lake is 45,000 acres with about 640 miles of shoreline, making it a destination for all things fishing and water sports. Hey everybody, this is John Marucci. I made the jump to traveling with my RV back in 2016 and have never looked back. I've had my share of problems along the way, and this channel attempts to be what I wish I had when I started out. So let's jump in. Lakepoint State Park received a TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence Award in 2019, and overall the campground is well kept and has many full hookup RV sites in the Deer Court area. There are 3 campgrounds nestled in wooded areas near or on the many lake inlets. There's also a nice boat launch available in the campground. Here are some campground facts. It is comprised of 3 campground areas: Barber, Clark, and Deer Court. Deer Court has 80 campsites with water, sewer, and electric, and some pull-through sites. Only Deer Court has 50 amp service. Barber and Clark campgrounds areas have 60 and 64 campsites respectively, with water and electric but no sewer hookups. There is 1 dump station that can accommodate a single RV at a time. The dump station ratio is only fair as there are over 100 RV sites without sewer connections. The main draw of the park is the nationally recognized trophy fishing at Walter F. George Lake, also widely known as Lake Eufaula. In fact, when we were checking into the campground, which is done at the marina, there was a fishing competition award ceremony in full swing. The giant Lake Eufaula makes for outstanding boating, fishing, and various water sports. Likely the main drawback of the park is the lack of hiking trails, since the campground is situated on a peninsula along the lake, and as so, it is somewhat landlocked. Before we get into the 5 criteria that we cover for campground reviews, we want to let you know about a great planning resource now available on johnmarucci.com. Did you know that some states allow their park campgrounds to be booked over a year in advance, while others are as little as 90 days? This can make travel planning a real headache when trying to book a trip through different states. Our interactive state park booking map provides vital booking window information for state parks that will allow you to better plan your next great trip. You can even click right to each state's reservation website from the interactive map. Just visit johnmarucci.com and click on the resources page to find out more. There are 5 criteria we look at when rating a campground. First up, hospitality and check-in. We give this only a 2 out of 5, mainly because the check-in was at the marina in the main general store area, which is a decent drive from the campground. It made for a crowded situation with only 1 person at the counter, both checking people in for camping and checking people out who were buying items from the convenience store. At one point, a person checking in for camping took considerable time, and so the line backed up in the limited space of the store. It was less than best practice and actually came off cheap in terms of staffing. There really is no ranger station in this regard, and it likely would have been a better experience to have campers go to their reserved sites and follow up later directly with site tags. Next in our review is infrastructure and amenities, which are going to give a 4 out of 5. The campground roads are paved, but they were in significant disrepair in some areas. There were potholes and mounds in various places that made for less than best roads. Each of the RV sites has electric and water, and there are a large number of full hookup sites in the Deer Court area. There are modern bathhouses in each campground section for showering and a large dedicated laundry facility on site. The bathhouses themselves were moderate in age and appearance. The campground is well maintained and clean, and there is a security gate with passcode to enter the campground during and after hours. Another interesting item is the fish cleaning stations in the campground, which speaks loud and clear to the main draw of the park. Site quality also gets a 4 out of 5, as there is a difference between the quality and privacy of the various sites. Most sites are semi-private, with some distance between them. Some sites have very little if any distance between them. All have electric and water, fire pits, picnic tables, and are basically level. Most RV sites are paved with a few being gravel. Again, the Deer Court area has full hookup campsites. I like the wooded feel of the campsites, even if some were a bit close together. Our exerciseability rating is 3 out of 5, mainly because there are very limited hiking opportunities and running is only doable within the campground loops with the paved roads in varying conditions. Besides running, the main draw is water sports, so exercise opportunities would include fishing, kayaking, and canoeing. We did run several times and did make it work, but generally a focus on water sports and especially fishing at Lake Eufaula would be a good strategy. Finally, we're giving 3 out of 5 for workability, as the bandwidth for AT&T was moderate, with Verizon even less impressive. Using an iPhone X, we had speeds of 7.64 megabits per second down and 0.25 megabits per second up on AT&T. Using our Verizon Jetpack 8800L MiFi, we experienced speeds of 3.84 megabits per second down and 0.24 megabits per second up. Generally, the campground is very quiet for working. Working remotely is certainly doable, but may become frustrating at times given the weak bandwidth from the major carriers. Overall, we thought Lakepoint State Park was a fair value given the reasonable price for full hookup sites and moderate ability to work remotely. The lack of hiking and the central focus on water sports, especially fishing, make it a great place to enjoy if you favor these types of recreation. If, however, you're not into fishing or water sports, then you may not find all that much to do in terms of recreation. So depending on your preference for types of recreation, the park may be a great place to stay a week or more, or it may be a good place to stop by on your way somewhere else. If you're heading through southeast Alabama, you may want to check it out. That'll do it. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button. We'd love for you to join the On the Road team by subscribing to the channel. If you want to dive deeper, we put more content and photos on Instagram and Twitter at John Marucci. You can also follow us on Facebook at John Marucci on the Road, and don't forget johnmarucci.com for the many resources we have there. Thanks for watching, stay safe, this is John Marucci, and so long for now.